Wanting nothing gives you everything. Now I know that you must have heard this sentence multiple times. People say this all the time that be detached, don't stick your worth to any outcome. But the real question is, how do you even do that? And why is it important to do that? How can you not want something that you clearly want? And is that even possible to do so? Now, in order to understand this, we need to take a few steps back. You know how we talk about getting an ick from somebody? This weird feeling of annoyance. And when does that even happen? That happens when they're constantly nagging over your shoulder, when they're constantly trying to take up your space, or they're constantly bugging you, not letting you breathe, right? When you clearly have no interest in whatever they're doing. And over time, what happens is that the more they chase you, the more they try to cling on to you, the more you run away. And now the same thing happens with all of your wants and desire. The universe or the energy, whatever you want to call it, is feminine in nature. Now, feminine in this context refers to the qualities that are traditionally associated with feminine energy, like receptivity, intuition, flow, nurturing, creation, and responsiveness rather than forced aggression, right? It means that life responds better to alignment, openness, than it does to control, pressure, and chasing. So it does not mean that the universe is female in a literal sense. However, the energy is feminine. The reality tends to unfold smoothly when you work with flow and attunement instead of domination and desperation. The more you chase it, the more it runs away. It's like two south poles of the magnet, right? Now, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks heavily about detachment. You have the right to perform the actions, but you don't have the right to bear its fruit. But the human nature is such that we expect fruits. Otherwise, why would we even do anything if it's not going to bear the fruits? That we need to understand from this statement that Krishna has repeated throughout the Bhagavad Gita is that detachment does not mean that ambition is wrong. It means that psychological stability cannot depend on the fruit, on the outcome. Because here the catch is when you do something constantly for the validation of others, of the outcomes, or for somebody else's reaction, all you get is anticipation. You never create from the place of authenticity. You create from the place of what others might like, and that is anticipation. And now, when you're doing that, you're always second guessing yourself. When you're second guessing yourself, you're never really living your full potential. You must have heard people saying, but money cannot buy everything, money cannot buy happiness. And even after they achieve everything that they thought they wanted, they're still not happy. You must have heard it, right? People with money saying that they're still not content with life. People at the top saying that they feel hollow from the inside. Now, it's not because the success that they have is fake. It's because that they never truly loved the process. They loved the idea of the result. Now, to better understand this, let's say you are training for months for your match. Let's say you have a volleyball match. You wake up early, you practice every day, you are disciplined, you are visualizing the game, you're visualizing the winning, and then the day comes when you have your match. And the thing is that your opponents are nowhere near your level and you win easily. Now, technically, you have achieved the goal, but does it feel satisfying? I mean, not really. That's the essence of it. Enjoyment of the process is everything. The real goal is not to get somewhere. It is, however, to enjoy the experience of becoming it. If you do not fully immerse and enjoy the process, then the outcome can never really satisfy you. It is good to align yourself with what you desire. However, the ultimate goal should always be to experience. When people say, I'm not happy even after having everything I wanted, what they're really trying to say is that they did not enjoy the process and that they're not really in touch with themselves. You think that you need more money you need more fame, you need more love. But at the end of the day, trust me, all you need is yourself. All you need is yourself. And now the real question is, how do you practice detachment? Saying that don't expect anything, just do it because you like it is easy for me to say. But it is not easy to practice when the rent is due, when you have responsibilities on your head. So now, please write it down if you need to. The key is to assume the wish fulfilled and removing that emotional dependency on the outcome. Internalize that you already have it before the world gives it to you, because the world cannot give you anything that you have not given to yourself. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that consciousness precedes form. The inner state is the cause, and your outer experience is the effect. It's not that the opportunities don't exist externally, it is that you can only sustainably receive, recognizing, and hold what matches your internal state. And it applies to literally everything: your followers, your salary, your relationships, food, love, whatever. When you internalize that the desire is already a part of you, it's an extension of you, what you're basically doing is you are collapsing timelines. From want, it becomes a state of being, an extension of you. And once you mentally accept it, you emotionally feel it, then you don't even need it physically. And when you don't emotionally depend upon wanting anything, then you get everything. Now, I'll give you a very real example. You must have seen it. In your college, there is always this one person who is very popular, and everybody notices this person. People go up to this person, people include this person in everything. And the funny thing is, this person is not even trying, and everyone just seems to be throwing themselves at this person. Meanwhile, they are just being themselves. They are not doing anything extraordinary. And then there is you, overthinking what you said, wondering if you fit, low key hoping that someone validates you. Now, if we strip off of everything, the difference is not looks or luck, it is the emotional dependence. The one who does not need attention ends up receiving it. The one who needs it feels the lack of it. I can tell you this based off of my personal experience. Yes, there is economics, there is evil people, there is government, but there is also a thing called collective consciousness and your own consciousness at an individual level. And if you resonate with me at any level, you know that what we focus here on is individual consciousness. But if you want to blame on everything that is outside of you, which ultimately will leave you hopeless, then you're free to leave. Because this is not about ignoring the economics or pretending that systems don't exist. Of course, there are structural realities. However, at the individual level, your internal state will still shape how you show up inside these systems. See, the simple thing that you need to understand is that scarcity creates anxious action, conviction creates steady action, and steady action compounds. We hear this sentence that the rich gets richer and the poor gets poorer. Now, beyond financial structures, there is often an internal component, right? Which is that confidence increases your risk tolerance. Risk tolerance increases your exposure, and exposure ultimately increases the opportunity cost. Meanwhile, scarcity increases hesitation. Hesitation limits your exposure, and limited exposure reinforces scarcity. The thing is, if you do not change the face in the mirror, the reflection cannot change. And this is where the sentence that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer also kind of makes sense. right? Because somebody who is operating from a place of scarcity is ultimately going to have more of it, because you can only have more of what you already have. The law is simple: wanting nothing gives you everything. Not because you stop acting, but because you stop acting from the place of desperation. You still perform the action, you still create, you still show up, but your nervous system is calm. You act from identity but not security. You create because it reflects you, not because you want to prove anything to somebody else. When you detach emotionally while you fully immerse yourself in the process, that's when detachment happens. Once you start to enjoy the becoming, the doing, the building, that's when the universe aligns. Once you enjoy where you are going, when you enjoy the whole process, that's when you can also enjoy the outcome. That's how you detach from the outcome. You lean into the process itself. You play, you create from a place of authenticity. You create from what resonates with you without caring too much about what others have to say. I mean, sure, take the feedback, take the reviews, but don't diminish yourself in order to just please everyone else. And that's how you practice detachment. And with that, I will see you in the next video.